Good evening. Welcome to AKNORTH 09. Yes, this is my first attempt at a video. Um, so we'll see how it goes. And by the way, those of you who do watch Northern Buffalo's channel and keep an eye on it, yes, he is my son, and I'm very proud of him. And I'm proud of him for speaking up for what he believes in. And I know it's very difficult for him because my son works very long and hard hours. So most of his work he's doing in the middle of the night. Uh, and he's trying to be a single parent to my beautiful granddaughter. And I'm very proud of him. Uh, with the events that are going on in the world, and as a father and as a grandfather, yes, I do like to keep close eyes on what's happening globally and as well as right here in our own home, in our own country, and in my own state. I do like keeping tabs on the events and see who's taking us where and why they're taking us there. And a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, I really don't like what I see. Not just for myself, but for my children and my children's children. And it does raise many concerns. I am a person who is a strong believer in our Constitution, and I support that wholly. I believe in our rights as a citizen, and I believe in the foundations in which this country was founded. So, and I hope you do too. Now, one of the things I did want to talk to you about today is the events in Iran, and, uh, and kind of put that into perspective, or at least my perspective, and share that with you. And if you want to comment back on that, I would look forward to that. I would very much like to hear back from you after I get done with this here and post it. As far as the United States being involved in Iran's elections and stuff over the last several weeks, I do believe that we have taken the right action simply because it is their election. But one of the unique things that over the years I have watched and learned about Iran is that the Iranian people are very well educated. They're young, they're educated, and they have their own thoughts and ideas. Now, with this election, it sparked a lot of protests. And it sparked protests on both sides. The people of Iran are the ones that are contesting the election because they're the ones that are saying it is fraudulent. And that was people from both sides, from the hardline side as well as from the reformist side. But they didn't ask us to intervene or interfere. Basically what they've done is asked us to witness. And especially so after the elections were swung the way that they were, and they protested and have been protesting the elections. And the response of the hardliners to their protests is nothing less than what it really is. It's oppression. And the biggest foe to oppression is knowledge. And the Iranian people, like I said, are well educated. They're young. They want better relationships with the the global family, so to speak, with the world, and they want to move forward. And the election ended up being an example of oppression, and they have spoken out against it and have been speaking out against it. And as a result, there have already been many who have been killed by the response stance of the hardliners, the government and the supreme leader and the president elected. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name right now, Ahmadinejad or whatever. But what the Iranian people have done is asked us to bear witness, not to interfere. And they have asked us to bear witness through great risk to themselves, through cell phones and any way that they could get the information out to the world. And the supreme leader has taken very bad and very poor actions against the people of Iran. Even the result of the one young lady being shot in the chest and dying there in the street, which was a horrible, horrible thing to see. Terrible. But yet, I do feel that as a country we have taken the right action. We have been bearing witness to the events that have gone on as the people of Iran have wanted us to. And that in itself is a threat to the hardline control in Iran with the clerics and the Ayatollah. And because that's one thing they don't want us to see. They don't want us to see their reactions and their oppression to their people. But the people have made sure that we have got to see it. And I honestly don't believe that they want us to interfere, because it belongs to them. It's their event, and it is a time of change, and I believe it's going to be a time of change. And we need to step back and let them deal with that. After the young lady was shot, the government didn't want a memorial service, and of course I'm sure that they didn't want a memorial service because they done martyred the young lady. And they'd be really worried about a serious uprising right there. It was such a tragic waste of life. And it makes you wonder if they will bring the person who shot the young lady to justice. Or just go, it was all in the line of duty. Time will tell. Time will tell. And another thing that's gone on that's really rubbed me is the Ayatollah there, sitting there. They have taken bad actions towards their people, one right after another. And then they went to sit there and say, well, it's Britain's and the United States' fault. Well, no. Stuff a sock in it, dude. You own it. Don't pass it off onto the rest of the global community. It has been the actions of your supreme office and your military, your police, that has put this where it is. Don't pass the buck to the global community, or to the United Kingdom, or to the U.S. You own these actions. And don't even try to pass it off to your own people. They're doing what's right. They're speaking up and saying, this isn't acceptable. The problem is, you're being the bully. You're not listening to your people. Iran wants to be a part of the global community. Being a part of a global community requires responsible action. And what we have been witness to is the actions of a bully. So, don't pass the blame on to us. You own it, Ayatollah. And that's enough said about that. And I do think that we still need to just stay back out of the way on this here and let the Iranian people deal with it.